I'm glad that they caught this gentleman. This is a rather interesting story, but I want to hear y'all. I want y'all to give y'all opinion about this when you hear the details about this man being caught up. And I don't know what's up with these teachers. I think teachers nowadays are losing their minds. There are more and more stories than I've ever known to exist of teachers being alleged to be sexually dealing with kids. Don't get it. I don't understand it. Let me give you guys a disclaimer before we give you any of the details. So here's our disclaimer. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. So I'm getting this story from WBALTV.com, so thank you for the article. I guess this is around the Baltimore area because it's saying a Baltimore teacher. Catonsville, Maryland, y'all are on the clock. Police arrested a Baltimore teacher, the guy that you guys see on my screen, on Monday on a rape charge linked to a girl who was reported missing. Wait till you hear the details. Wait till y'all hear these details. The Baltimore County Police Department said its Crimes Against Children unit arrested Louis Laurie Jr., 24 years old, on 2 felony counts that include second-degree rape. Laurie allegedly had an inappropriate relationship with a Pikesville girl who was reported missing on June the 21st, according to information detectives received per court records. Now, according to court records, the missing girl used a friend's phone to communicate with a man. The phone number belonged to Laurie, this guy, who lived in the same apartment complex as the girl, according to court records. And I want y'all to hear where he met her at. U.S. Marshals went to Laurie's known address and found the missing girl. Let me say that again. U.S. Marshals went to his known address and found the girl. Laurie was not there at the time. In court on Tuesday, a Baltimore County District Court judge called Laurie a danger to the public and ordered him to be held without bail at the Baltimore County Detention Center, and I can't disagree with that. Laurie's public defender told the judge that Laurie denies the allegations and said Laurie is attending law school in hopes of becoming a defense attorney. The state said in court that the girl told police during an interview that she did meet the defendant on the playground in their neighborhood. He met the defendant in the playground in their neighborhood. It makes it very hard to believe that you did not see, know, or understand that this girl was underage and you met her on the playground. There's too many huge red flags there, and that's why I say I really don't have any sympathy and can't really buy any excuse that he didn't know. Just find it hard to believe. He met her on the playground in their neighborhood. She did tell the defendant that she was 22 years old. You could tell her she could have told you whatever. There's just no way. I just think that I don't know what she looks like, but I'm just assuming with her being, does it say how old she is? I just find it hard to believe that you couldn't tell that she wasn't 22 years old. Maybe the fact that she's at a playground, maybe what grade she's at in school, what school she goes to, the fact that she don't have a car, the fact that she don't have a job, the fact that she don't have children, who does she hang around, who are her friends, just something shit, The lights ought to go off in your head sometimes, but it's more to this anyway. City schools said that Lori is currently employed as a teacher at, Mergenthaler Vocational Technical High School. Mervo principal Jermaine Skinner sent a letter to the school community that states, in part, I can assure you that our Mervo team and city schools take this matter seriously. City schools Human Capital Office is aware of the arrest and will take appropriate action. So I think that is all on that for now. Let me give you guys the fair usage. I just thought this was just yet another teacher. Here we go. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. If y'all could, let's join in this discussion. You can hit the thumbs up to support the channel and this video, but I want you guys to leave a comment and let me know what you think about this. So the more people see this, I think the better that this conversation can be had about what's really going on here. If you know more about this, if you live in this area, please let us know.
Baltimore City school teacher accused of sexually assaulting a preteen girl faced a judge today. Lewis Lowry works as a teacher at Mervo, but police say the alleged crimes happened at his home in Baltimore County. Our Dennis Valera was in district court today, and he's live on our corner in Towson with this disturbing story. Dennis.
Nikki, the judge ruled he will remain in jail without bail, saying even though Lewis Lowry has no criminal history, the facts in this case concern her. Now, in court, we also learned how and where Lowry met the victim. A warning, some of the details in this story may be disturbing to hear.
Lewis Lowry is a teacher at Mervo Technical High School in Baltimore, a law school student, and now an accused rapist of an underage girl. Baltimore County Police charged him with second-degree rape and third-degree sexual offense. The victim's family reported her missing last week, and during that investigation, according to charging documents, investigators found Lowry's number on a phone of one of the victim's friends, also finding out he lived in the same apartment complex as the victim. In court, the state prosecutor said the two met on a playground in the neighborhood, and the victim said she was 22 years old. Eventually, the victim was found in Lowry's apartment, and while in the hospital, she told police she had sex with Lowry numerous times over a span of 3 days. When police arrested and interviewed Lowry, the state prosecutor said Lowry didn't even remember he'd done anything with the victim. During his bail hearing, a public defender said Lowry would live in a different home than his apartment if released to stay away from the victim, but the judge still ordered no bail.
Now, if convicted on his charges, Lewis Lowry faces up to 30 years in prison. According to online court records, he is due back in court July 26th for
Yes, Lewis Lowry will remain in custody here inside court. A judge said she believed he is still a threat to public safety. As tonight, we're learning more about the defendant. No bond for Baltimore City Public Schools teacher Lewis Lowry. The 24-year-old made his first court appearance by video here inside Baltimore County District Court 1 day after being taken into custody. Lowry is charged with second-degree rape and a third-degree sex offense. The alleged victim, a 12-year-old girl.
There you go. So she's 12 years old. I find that hard to believe. 11, 12 years old. You didn't know she's 11, 12 years old. I just find that impossible to not be able to identify that as a high school teacher. Also, somebody in the chat was asking, like, was she tied up? I'm still kind of confused about that. If he was not there, how was she locked up, tied up, didn't have a way out? Like, they didn't give a lot of the details, but I'm sure more of those details will come out soon. So we might have to do a part 2 once we start really getting the vital information about how she was locked up.
In court, the state revealed he met on the playground of the apartment complex where they both live in Pikesville. The assistant state's attorney called Lowry a threat to not only the victim, but other young children as well. According to court documents, on June 21st, the mother of the victim reported her daughter missing. The 12-year-old had left a note that she was leaving to meet a friend in Pennsylvania. Police say investigators traced a number her mother says the daughter contacted using a friend's phone to Louis Laurie, and the U.S. Marshal Service later located the girl inside his apartment. The document goes on to say during an interview, the girl admitted she told Louis she was 22 years old and they had consensual sex. Days later, Laurie was also located and arrested. In court, the state says at first he told investigators he didn't remember having sex with the girl, but later admitted to it. His attorney telling the judge her client denies the allegations. Laurie remained silent, but appeared to mumble some words after the judge ruled he be held without bond, calling him a threat to public safety. At the time of his arrest, Laurie was listed as a staff member at Mervo High School in the city, where according to his LinkedIn account, he taught U.S. history. Also on his LinkedIn account, Laurie claims to have served as an intern for Maryland Comptroller Brooke Learman back in 2019 when she was a delegate. Fox 45 News reached out to her office for confirmation. Court records also show Laurie was under a civil order to have no contact with a victim in a domestic violence filing in Montgomery County at the time of his hiring as a substitute teacher at city schools back in August 2022. Fox 45 News reached out to the district questioning, given this order, should Mr. Laurie have been eligible for employment by Baltimore City Public Schools? Now, I'm still waiting for a response to that question, as well as Laurie's employment status. The district did send us a copy of a letter they say they sent home to parents informing them of this investigation. And Mary Maxine, one other piece of information that we learned here inside court is that Laurie is currently in law school. He's scheduled for a preliminary hearing July 26.
Man, you can't be that level of dumb. And then he turned around and said, I didn't remember having sex with her. Come on now, dude. 22 years old, you ain't getting that much sex that you don't remember a partner that you've had. I find that absolutely impossible. You ain't got enough money to pay that many adult women to have sex with. It is just, it makes you also wonder, I think somebody in the chat asked this earlier, makes you wonder how many other kids he might have done this to that were underage. No. You didn't forget. Damn dumbass.
Still employed there. A spokesperson did not answer our question. Tonight, Fox 45's Keith Daniels was out at Laurie's apartment complex in Pikesville, the same complex where that alleged victim lives, asking families about these allegations. Keith?
Well, Mary, it's the same apartment complex where the girls' parents and others gathered with flyers, heartbroken over their daughter, their missing daughter at the time, and tonight perhaps another painful chapter for that family and community. It's an apartment complex in Pikesville, tucked away among green grass and tall trees. The suspect's building, inside it, his apartment, where police say U.S. Marshals found the alleged rape victim, a 12-year-old girl. The accused, 24-year-old Louis Laurie, a Baltimore City school teacher. The allegations disturbing the peace of the complex.
A sexual predator messing with kids. Something is wrong with these people nowadays.
With neighbors shaken by the rape allegations, a case linked to the initial report of a missing girl.
When I found out that it was around here, it was disturbing because you was hearing different things, like a man could have took her to Pennsylvania. And then to find out it's a teacher, like, it's sad because this is like, as a parent, you're supposed to have trust in, teachers and so forth, and you wouldn't think that stuff like that would be so close, I guess, hit home so close.
Laurie is charged with first-degree rape and a third-degree sex offense. He was arrested Monday, in court Tuesday, for a bond hearing, where the state revealed he met the girl on the playground of the apartment complex where they both live.
You have someone who's around children every single day in the school system. So who's to say she was the first person that he may have violated?
Baltimore City school officials say Laurie's currently employed as a teacher at Mergenthaler Vocational Technical High School, known as Mervo. A spokesperson provided us with a copy of a letter sent to parents today, telling them about this investigation and urging anyone with information or other concerns to call police. Meantime, back at the apartment complex, the neighbors and their concerns.
All you want for your kids is to be educated and have a great time at school with their friends and, you know, just to attend school, not to have to worry about something like that. And
I don't know if screening the teachers, you know, a little more makes a difference. And it may not, because some people's backgrounds can be clean as a whistle.
I'd have to agree with her on that. So far, I don't disagree with anything she said. It's like you could scrutinize these background checks even more, but it's just, if bad people are going to do bad stuff, you just have to hope that they get caught.
Well, Lori,
and charged with 2 felony counts, including second-degree rape. At his bail review today, the assistant state's attorney said the alleged victim was a...
Oh, I can guarantee you, he was probably going after those high school girls, too. That I can almost guarantee it.
12-year-old girl reported missing by her mom on June 21st. Lowry's cell phone number and address were identified during the search for the girl, the state claims. The investigation did reveal that the victim was using a friend's phone to contact the defendant, the prosecutor told the judge. Police were able to associate his name and address with that phone number. And he said the victim was found inside Lowry's apartment on June 28th. They lived in the same apartment complex, the state claims, and during an interview with police, the girl told police that she did meet the defendant on the playground in their neighborhood. She did tell the defendant that she was 22 years old. Lowry's public defender told the judge today that her client is currently in law school at the University of Maryland, studying so that he may be in this position one day, adding he does deny these allegations. According to court documents, Lowry indicated that he's been a teacher at Baltimore City's Mervo High School for the past 3 years. When we reached out to learn more, city schools officials did confirm that Lowry works as a teacher at Mervo, and then late today followed up with a letter that they say is being sent home to families. The principal sending this letter to inform the community that a teacher was arrested, charged with rape and sexual assault, and citing published reports, the letter says this allegedly involves a 12-year-old, a minor in Baltimore County. What the letter does not do is it does not identify the teacher by name or by department, and it does not say anything about his current employment status. Reporting live from Towson tonight, I'm Kate Amara, WBAL TV 11 News.
I almost think that we're going to have to do an update with this. There's just so much that doesn't make any sense, especially like was she held there against her will? Was she just going there on her own? This alleged, misinforming about age and stuff. Every bit of this still tells me that if she was 12 years old, he's 22 years old, he should have known better, and he's probably going to be held accountable at the end of the day no matter what. So we'll probably do a part 2 on this, but this just seems to be a common theme with a ton of teachers from all across the country. I think these teachers have lost their damn minds. So I feel sorry for the educators out there that are continuing to have, this low pay, not taking care of your teachers, and then you keep having people like this keep sullying the job. It's a lot of people out there. So just keep the children in your prayers, keep your eyes on your kids, and pay attention to what your kids are doing. From my heart to yours, thank you, AFC, for your support. We'll continue to keep bringing these stories, and hopefully one day I can wake up and there aren't any stories to talk about, because hopefully there's no more murder, abuse, and assaulting of children going on. But we'll see. Thank you guys so much for your support.